Hey everybody, welcome back to DeHaven Family Farm. Today's video we're going to do part 2 of the Small Farm Finance series. This video is going to talk about ways to generate money for your farm or homestead. If you missed the first video in the series, if you want to go back and check that out, it's just a little bit about my story and the way that I sort of afford the things that I do on this farm. And stay tuned for part 3, which is going to be ways to save money on your small farm or homestead. So while we're talking about that, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss those videos or a couple of the upcoming videos where we discuss the backstory behind my tractor situation. There's going to be a video coming up about a 20-hour review on the SVL 65. And of course, there's going to be a lot of cool videos coming up on this gator that I'm sitting in right here. We have a lot of work to do on that, so you don't want to miss out on those videos, so hit the subscribe button. And now let's get into today's video. Okay, so again, today's video is going to be 5 ways to generate income on your small farm or homestead. So these 5 suggestions I'm going to give you are in no particular order, not greatest to least or best to worst or anything like that. Very random. And there's going to be something sort of for everybody here. So whether you're a super small farm starting out, medium-sized, or a larger-sized farm, some of these suggestions will apply to you. So my hope is that with you guys watching this video, you'll be able to take away at least one of these ideas to really help you generate a little extra money. So without further ado, let's start with number 1. Number 1 is use existing equipment to do custom work. So that does not necessarily mean farm equipment. It can mean farm equipment. Maybe your neighbors or people in your area don't have a piece of equipment that you do, or even if they do, you want to stay in touch with those folks and let them know, maybe round baling, for example, maybe their round baler breaks down and you pick up a little extra side work helping them out. But I want you to think outside the box a little bit. Most of us have skid steers, and there's a lot of work that you can do with a skid steer that is not farm related. So if you're semi-close to a small population, you can probably find some work doing some driveway repair on gravel driveways. Maybe you're fixing ditches, you're grading a little bit, you're putting new stone down. Lawn repair. Somebody builds a house or has a project done and needs their lawn fixed up. You can spread some topsoil, you can plant seed. I mean, we're farmers, right? We know how to plant grass. So don't be afraid to get out there and try something new like that that's not related to the farm. So the only thing I am going to mention with this suggestion for generating income is check with your insurance company. A lot of insurance companies will let you do custom work up to a certain dollar amount before you need to add additional coverage. Some will, some won't. So just if you're planning on trying to do that one, just check with your insurance company and make sure you're going to be covered for those various things. So number 2. Number 2 would be direct to consumer sales. So whether you have a crop of some sort, whether it's organic or regular, whether you have some sort of animal, whether it's beef or chicken, or like us, you do breeding. We don't sell meat here, but we breed animals for sale for pets and other people to breed and do homesteading. So whatever your crops may be, see if you can sell some direct to consumer. So basically, you're just cutting out the middleman and you're going to put more money in your pocket. That may not work for all of the product that you sell, whether again it's crop or animal. It may not work completely for everything, but even if you could take a small portion of that, you may be able to put a lot of extra money in your pocket by selling direct to the consumer. So number 3 is going to be try a new crop or an animal. So maybe you're just strictly a corn and soybeans kind of person. Well, is there another crop in your area that you could rotate in that would make money. I'm just going to throw out hay for an example. I do hay. So maybe in your area there's been a shortage of hay or alfalfa or something like that. There may be a chance that even if you pay somebody to help you bale that hay up, you still may make more money off that crop than you would if corn is low or soybeans are low. And hay's just an example. Again, think outside the box. There may be other things that you can do. Again, we grow pumpkins here. You know, there's a lot of auctions. One that I went to for Christmas trees, people come to that auction up and down the whole East Coast. You don't have to retail, but if you did a couple acres of pumpkins and took them to an auction, you might be surprised at how well you do. So again, just think outside the box on that. Same thing with animals. Maybe you have beef cows, and you know, you could look at either adding a separate animal, or you know, for some small farms and homesteads, they don't want full-size animals. So maybe you could get into the miniature breeds of that, where you're not really changing your farm dynamic because you're still having beef cows, but you're having a slightly different kind that you can retail out to different types of consumers, and you're going to make more money with those. So again, think outside the box. I'm sure there's something that you could add that would help generate a little bit of income. So number 4 is going to be education. And I don't mean you have to go back to college, but there's a lot of different trades and skills that you can learn. Some of them have to do with just farm seminars that you can go to further your education. And an example that I'm going to give you, something that really helped me, was welding. I took a night course a couple years ago for welding. So I wanted to learn how to weld, and that taught me all the basics I needed to be able to come home and fix the things that I needed to fix and start some small fabrication projects. Now, this doesn't mean you're going to turn into a huge fabrication shop, but if you can learn some additional skills, it can save you money around your farm, so you're not paying other people to do those things. You know, I know a lot of people, you know, hire like crop consultants and things like that to help them read soil tests and help determine, you know, what type of fertilizers and things they're going to put down that year. Guys, you can do that stuff. Take some classes, learn, you know, go on YouTube. You guys can figure this stuff out for yourself. I don't know what those guys charge, and yes, they're a valuable resource, but if you can save, you know, thousands of dollars a year by doing it yourself, do it. So the welding sort of leads me into the 5th idea, way to generate income on your farm or homestead. If you learn a new trade, for me, you know, again, it was welding, you could take that and you could start a small side business. Now, it doesn't have to be welding. It could be any additional skill that you might have that, you know, you could offer to community or other farmers. Again, you know, welding is just an example. I know a lot of farmers that don't weld or don't know how to weld very well. So if you learn those skills and they have a bigger repair that they need done, then by all means you'd be able to help them with that. Maybe it's mechanic work. Maybe you're very mechanically inclined. I can make average repairs around here, but I don't have the skills to completely tear down an engine and rebuild it and put it back together. Maybe you do, and maybe that's something that you could offer to a neighbor or somebody to, you know, save them some money from a dealership cost, but at the same time put some money in your pocket. So again, I know I've said it a lot, but think outside the box on skills or equipment or things that you have that you could start that little side business, and it doesn't have to be a big thing, but again, it can generate a little extra income on your farm. So now I'm going to leave this up to you guys. If there's something that I didn't mention, again, I only listed 5, but if there's something that either you've been doing or you've heard of or you want to try, leave it in the comment section down below. These videos are designed to help educate people and help them have a sustainable farm. And I want to hear about your ideas. So leave them down in the comments. Everybody reads the comments. It's not just me. So leave those ideas down there to help other farmers out. Let's help each other out here a little bit. So if you have any questions about this video, leave it in the comment section down below. Stay tuned for those upcoming videos that I did mention. Don't forget the thumbs up, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video.